Hi guys, welcome to another vlog. Today I am driving the new Ford BS6 Figo. Well, this looks so good. This is a proper hatchback, I can probably tell you. Well, coming to the grill up front, the grill feels nice. Top of the thing is a little fake, but there is space for the air to move into the radiator grill. This is bolt stance grill, which kind of feels nice with the gunmetal finish, sort of. Well, that's the towing hook of the vehicle. This is not a top trim we are driving. This is a titanium model, so we won't getting fog lamps here. Those are the halogen headlights. These are the turn indicators. Well, let's quickly get into the engine bay. A bit of a task. I'm very bad at opening up the engine bays. Yes. Well, that's a 1.2 liter petrol variant which produces 96 horsepower and 190 newton meters of torque. Well, coming to the sides, it's saying all new Figo right over there. Now coming to the tire sizes, it has got beautiful dual tone of alloys. The tire size happens to be 195 55 R15 wheels. Well, you get a disc brake on the front. For the rear, you get only a drum brake. This looks so good, and the vehicle is pretty much long enough. It almost looks like a freestyle, but with a decreased ground clearance, it looks less of that. As I have already told you, for the Aspire and for the Figo as well, the ORVMC is pretty much short, which is kind of weird. I don't understand why Ford is giving such things. Now, coming to the rear, you get 4 rear parking sensors, but you don't get a parking camera because it's a titanium trim edition we are driving. Well, no roof rails, not of such things. You get an antenna, no defogger lines too. Well, let's quickly open the boot of the vehicle. That's how you open up the boot, or it can be manually opened. Well, you get a first aid kit and a warning triangle. Beneath it, a bit of a task to open this thing. Well, one insulation has gone. Another thing, oh my god, a bit of struggle. Well, that's a space saver tire. The tire size happens to be 175 65 R14 wheels, which isn't an alloy, which is a steel wheel. Well, this is the petrol tank of the vehicle. Of all the cars we have reviewed in Ford, this is the only one which we have reviewed of the petrol version. Well, doors open pretty much large and wide. That's a gloss black finish for the doors to open. This is a power window control. You get a sort of upholstery finish over here. Well, cabin feels nice. Let's get into the rear seats. As I've already told you, it pretty much looks, and the seating is also pretty much the same as freestyle. The underthigh support could have been better. You get scooped out seat backs. You get magazine holders too. No center AC vents, nor you get center armrest too. You get You get 3 handles, along with you can hang your coat or stuff like that. Seats are pretty much nice and decent. You get 2 adjustable headrests. Seats are speeds can be split only in one way. Well, you don't get ISOFIX child seat mounts too. Well, you get 3 seat belts, which is kind of nice, and the seat feels pretty much nice. You get a sort of upholstery here, which kind of feels premium and nice. Well, that's the passive shelf of the vehicle. Nothing much to talk about in the rear seats. The real fun lies behind in getting into the driver's side, because this is a petrol and I am very much fond of petrol engines. You don't get passive entry too. Those are the power window controls. There is space to keep stuff too. Those are the ORVM controls. Those are the ORVMs. You can shut it. Well, this is to lock and unlock the rear power windows. Well, let's get into the driver's seat. Well, cabin feels nice and decent. Steering is pretty much nice. You get leather treatment too. Horn feels nice and decent. Those are the AC vents, school style. Well, those are the headlight controls. And for the blinds, you get a receipt holder over here. You get a inside rear view mirror over here. And now over here you get a mirror, but you don't get light. Light switches have been placed over here in a weird way. Well, this isn't the top trim we are driving, so you don't get a touchscreen nor a reverse parking camera. This gets a sort of a small unit, multimedia unit. Let's play an audio. Okay, I have to do something. That's a mass song. Well, the sound feels nice. The sound is good. Well, these are the AC controls. This doesn't look that premium as of the, in the Ford Freestyle and the Ford EcoSport and the Aspire. You get a 12-volt charging socket, but a weirdest way to keep a USB? Yes, there it is. You have to open this stuff and then you can be using the USB port. Well, now that's a 5-speed manual gearbox. Now this is the handbrake of the vehicle. You get multiple cup holders over here. I don't know for what reason. You get space to keep stuff here. Now coming to this unit, you get a tachometer on the left, which is loving to get revved, and you get a speedometer over here. That's what I can probably say. That's a fuel meter. You get a small MID unit over here. Well, it's showing me trip, distance to empty, range, and even the fuel economy, which is climbing to be 9.2 kilometers per hour because we have been revving the nuts out of the motor. Well, the steering is adjustable only for tilt, not for telescopic. Well, horn feels nice and decent. Well, what this vehicle has got, let's get driving. Before driving, urge everyone to fasten your seat belts. Well, I have to put it first. Check for all the doors to be locked. Safety is a must. Please don't try to imitate. Well, I forgot to show you something. This vehicle has got a reverse parking sensors, which until and unless I get some obstacle which aren't going to be used. Well, you even get a push button start, but you don't get traction control either over here, which is not essential for this vehicle. Let's launch the vehicle. Let's slowly pick up the pace from this vehicle. This motor isn't that free and enthusiast. Like I always say that the motor needs to be in a crawl mode, but there is a chances of for the motor or probably the engine to stall once you have hit the first gear and you forgot to release the clutch earlier or something like that. Well, into the first gear, handbrake down, revving the motor, revs till 7,000 RPM. Well, that's the amount of punch you get from a petrol engine, but the punch has been minimal once you have hit the second gear, and in the third gear too, it's loving to be pulled. Well, see, we are already into 80s in the third gear itself, and the motor is so refined, so freaking good, so fantastic. Ford has done a great job in giving petrol engines which has more power, and I'm always a petrol engine person because I love the acceleration and basically the pickup from this vehicle, which is very much essential for enthusiasts. But the torque band is pretty much small, which isn't a problem because this motor has so much amount of power and punch on offer. Well, it puts a smile on my face when the engine is probably we are driving at high speeds and we can rev the nuts of the motor and the engine doesn't hesitate to pull even at the farthest gear. Well, the amount of sound that comes from the engine is so satisfying that I feel so happy once I have reached the red lining and I get the engine noise from here, which is kind of too good. We'll be doing a quick 0 to 100 as well. So into the first gear, revving the motor, and there we go. We are already into the second gear and it's pulling till 70 kilometers per hour. Into the third gear, the vehicle is jerking a bit, which is not expected from Ford. And into the fourth gear, we are already into 100 kilometers per hour, which is kind of nice. The steering feels nice and comfortable. Body roll is very well contained. Well, it's easy to maneuver because it's a compact hatchback, I could probably say. And the brakings are pretty much nice on this vehicle, so you won't have a problem when you are hitting the triple digit speeds and suddenly traffic or something comes in front of you and you need to immediately stop the vehicle. That won't be a problem in this vehicle because the braking from Ford has been a very good thing, because they have done a lot of engineering and stuff like that in improving the braking stability from the vehicles. Okay guys, we'll be back with another vlog. Take care, see you soon, bye.